Yo, welcome back, welcome back. Good morning, 10:35 a.m. Eastern Time, and you know what? Today is a different kind of stream where I want to basically chat to you guys more in depth about what I'm not buying anymore and what I'm still buying, but where my money is making more money working for itself, right? So instead of focusing on buying stuff like which is not going to push me forward in the future. The wife is in the chat. What's the news this day? So what we're talking about today, guys. First of all, if you don't know me, I'm Jeremy Wallace. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about where my money is going now. So some of you all hit me up on IG and they're like, "Yo, this is mad. Let me just show it to you." So I made this purchase recently, right? Now, when I made this purchase, this is a huge purchase for me, but it's been a process. Like I said, I'm building the office studio, and right now I'm basically trying to get to a place of a betterment of my future. Right? I always talk about on my this segment of my channel when I go live is about how I've been making money work for itself since 2015 in terms of long-term investing. Right? So it's been a process. I'm originally from Dubai, so I've been living in the US since 2019, and I've always wanted to have a great workspace so I can keep on creating, making content, doing my podcast, doing my live streams when I come to the stock market, just sharing my experiences with you guys, right? But now that we live in South Florida, so we moved from New York, we have more space. And I literally said, like, if I don't invest in certain things, how will I level up? How will I come to a level where I'm not talking about just the production level. I'm talking about everything in a nutshell. Like, I want to see things like it's in clarity, right? So, like the thumbnail says, is like what I'm still buying stocks, right? So I want to say this, guys. Like, if you have a passion, if you want to see a better version of your future, right, of yourself, like you need to invest in certain things. Whether it's you learning the skill set that you've always wanted to learn. So if you're a chef, do you go to culinary? Culinary school. If you want to learn how to code with all the AI tools today, you can learn the AI tools, right? So it's all out there. So if you want to learn how to play the guitar, go for guitar classes or watch on YouTube and stuff like that, right? So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Like, I'm trying to like level up my game in the best way that I want to see myself in the future, right? So everybody has, like, you shop on Amazon, for example. Why wouldn't you invest in Amazon, right? Now I shop on Amazon every now and then. I actually um, cut Prime membership recently, and then obviously we got back on because on July 4th that they were giving a free 30-day trial, so we ordered some stuff. But we ordered stuff to build the home office studio, right? Now, when I say we, it's my wife and I, but we're building this so we level up our game. She started a new wellness journey in terms of her brand and stuff. So she's also moving up in her category, in her sector, and me as well. So like when I say we are still buying these things, we are still buying these things that would future proof ourselves in terms of investment, making money. So yes, it's a big purchase, 100%. But at the same time, like, I'm putting a purchase, like I stopped drinking alcohol, so I've been like 3+ years sober, if you want to call it, or call it quits on alcohol, just because it's not doing anything. So all that money that used to go on alcohol and stuff, I'm literally putting in investments, right? And another thing, and also the wifey joined me on that thing. Now that was out of her decision that she wanted to stop, so it's not me. But like, we're doing these things to have a better version. Like I said, guys, if you look at this is a major purchase, right? Just that screen. Forget these three guys. Like, and obviously, like I said, these are adding to the other equipment that we have. Now, it pushes me to do more as well, right? And what I mean that, like, I'm a kind of guy, if I invest, like, we started boxing, so we invested in recurring memberships, but I can see myself going to this boxing gym. Shout out Ansel Boxing Gym and the coach Andrew and Zosa and everybody in that. They're all great. Kobe and all this, just to name a few, bro. Like, all these guys are great, right? So when you start elevating, escalating, whatever you call leveling up in your life, right? You need to be investing in yourself so you can keep on going. And when I say keep on going, like keep making new, better investments in your life, whether it's your health, whether it's for your wallet, your wealth, whether it's your mindset. So these are the things that we're going to get into the public portfolio. Don't worry, guys. Obviously, this is not just one conversation about like what I'm doing with my money or not. No, literally, we started the public portfolio with um, with a grand early on in the year, and we kept on adding. Sorry, I'm trying to open up the Robinhood portfolio as well while we're speaking. It just signed out. But this is what I mean, guys. Like, just be like, switched on when it comes to these things. Know where your money is going, because we live in a day and age like I saw something online where it's like crazy, bro. Like, just imagine it, okay? Just going back to this, okay? Just going back to this. This costs before tax like under 4 grand, bro. That's mental. That's mental. But what I'm trying to say is like I saw something the other day, like in the next decade or so, if the iPhone is still around, and I'm sure it's going to be around with Apple, but let's say it's still around, the iPhone's going to cost like some crazy like $16,000 or something. Now, whether it happens or not is two different things. But if you look back, right? We look back a decade, 2 decades, right? $200, $100, $10 would buy you so many more things than what that current 100, 200 does today. You see what I'm saying? So with inflation and everything out there, it's crazy, bro. Even now, like Apple, like increasing all their pricing on because memory shortage and this and that. So what I'm doing is that I'm investing in myself carefully, and at the same time, if I'm spending as much as on equipment or anything that or myself, my health, I'm making sure that we also investing in terms of the portfolios, right? Obviously, this is my public portfolio that I'm sharing with you guys for beginners, but I want beginners to know that like you can make money out there, bro. Like, but you gotta be smart. So if you're going out less, take that. So if you like, okay, I'm gonna be disciplined this month. I'm gonna like, if I was spending, I don't know, let's say easy maths, right? $200 this week. I'm gonna reduce the amount of time I'm gonna go out and invest in myself. Because trust me, if you're 18, 19, 20 and you're watching this, bro, if you keep on doing this thing, I wish someone guided me in this way, or like I had people in my circle who were doing it and stuff. I didn't. I didn't even have the data like how I have the data on my fingertips right now with AI and stuff. What I'm saying is, you could literally either a millionaire or multi-millionaire by the time you're my age, right? I'm in my mid-40s. You could be in your 30s if you're obviously disciplined and keep on doing it. Now, I'm not saying stop enjoying your life and stuff. I'm just sharing what I wish I could have done this for an 18 or 20-year-old JW. Obviously, my life was very different. I've come from Dubai. We saw that country grow from zero to infinite. My parents worked hard. Long story short, the only investments they did and what they were aware was real estate investments, right? Which is fair enough. But the stock market, bro, like with all the prices that literally look at this, bro. This is I like to call this the baby portfolio, right? And it does baby moves, but it's basically sooner or later this baby portfolio won't be just 11, right? It's gonna go where are we going down? Give me a sec. It's gonna be 12 to 15, 15 and so on, right? So if I had just money sat in a bank, if I was back in the day, like I had money sat in the bank doing jack. Like the bank was probably getting richer on me. Like it wasn't even giving me. I didn't even have a high yield saving account, right? So HYSA, nothing of that. It's just sitting in my account, bro. Look at this. Robinhood is like 40% up in the public portfolio, right? And that's crazy, bro. Like 40%. So imagine if you have whatever money sat in the bank and it's 40% up. Now I'm not going to tell you invest all in this. First of all, I'm not financially certified to do so. I can't advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing my experience, right? This is what I do. So that's the disclaimer out of there. But I'm just sharing what I'm and how I'm investing in this public portfolio, right? Now, like I said, I've been investing for a long term since 2015. since my Dubai days, and then when I moved to the US. But guys, the market makes money, right? You don't have to go on a volatile like Robinhood or whatever. If you open up a VOO, just look at Amazon, bro. Just look at Amazon. Let me give me a sec. Let me show you. Hopefully the Google Finance is working today. So let me just go here. So we obviously don't need this screen anymore. Give me a sec. So I'm gonna show you guys. Okay. Right, so everybody can see that right now. Where is that? Okay. Now let me just show you Amazon, amazing zone, whatever, right? So sticker symbol AMZN. Now obviously today Google's working in clutch. Let me show you this, right? So year to date, right, it's only done less than 10%, right? 1 year ago, 12%. 5 years ago, 41%, right? Now, let's look at even 1 month. It's done 3%. Let's just call it that, 6%. So that's like more than any checking or saving that a bank gives you, right? Well, in my opinion, at least, the highest that my bank's ever given me was I think 4%, right? Now recently I get emails from HSBC, we're going to reduce it and blah blah blah. That's why I put my money in the stock market, right? That's what I'm doing. Today the PE is 30. So still, for a stock like Amazon, it's not as high, but it's growing, bro. I like to get certain companies in the tech sector and stuff between 15 and 20, right? Good companies. If anything is above that, like 30 and above, it's growing, bro. So what we did, right, yesterday, obviously I don't have Amazon in the public portfolio, but what we did do was basically in my private portfolio, which I can share with you guys as well. And if you follow me on IG, my links below, you'll see that I put screenshots of what I'm buying and selling in Amazon, right? Now, let me come back to that, but so I don't lose my train of thought. But the video is about so I want to say, if you're shopping, make sure that you're buying things, investing in things to level up, right? Whatever you want to be in the next 2 to 5 years. That's what I wish I could tell myself that. But if you have money to go out and do whatever you want, then you have money to invest, right? I wish I could, and the proof's in the pudding, bro. The proof's in the pudding, like I'm showing you guys, right? The proof's in the pudding. And what I mean by that, but look at this candle, bro. Just, let's say a week ago, if you bought, I know it doesn't sound a lot because it's 240 back then, right? A week ago, 240, you can see it up here, right? And now it's 253. Now, if I go back to this screen, right? And we're looking right now at Amazon or Amazing on whoever, you get the drift. Look at the analyst, bro. So currently it's 253. The analyst is saying 370. And we're just looking at the stock as an example, right? Why am I looking this as an example? Because everybody's going to shop on Amazon. Whether you go to a brick or mortar store, or retail or online or whatever, Nike.com or whatever, Amazon, everybody's buying something on Amazon every now and then, right? And I just feel like kids of the future, they're still going to use Amazon to shop. I don't think Amazon's going anywhere. Again, this is just my opinion. But going back to what they're saying, buy 44, hold is 0 sell, bro. 0 sell, right? The highest is $370. Currently, we are at 253, right? 319 is average. Lowest is 250. We're already there, bro. 253. You see what I'm saying? We're already at the lowest. And this is Amazon, bro. Amazing on. Stock in my private portfolio, right? And I continue to accumulate that stock in there. Why I don't have it in this? Because I'm focusing, obviously, because first of all, I don't have infinite amount of cash. So I can't keep on just funding just to show the YouTube fam. I'm trying my best, right? Because I have a passion for this and I want people to make money as well, right? If I'm making money, I just want to share. It's like me doing a Google review. I ate at this great restaurant, guys. I loved it. This was the taste. This was my palate really digged it. This is the location. The stuff was on point. So basically, I'm just what I'm doing right, with my portfolio in the public. I'm sharing my experience and how I'm making money and everything. Like I said, I'm not a financial certified advisor. I can't advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. But bro, if I'm winning, I'm just sharing. This is the winning, right? So I don't have it in this only because yes, I might have duplications of certain things in my private and this, but like I just mentioned, like the amazing on is obviously one of my biggest plays, and I keep on DCA dollar cost average in my private portfolio. However, that's not the only amazing stock to buy, right? As you can see, guys, 40% up, even like anything up is up, right? Literally, I'm buying this company in the public portfolio as well. I believe this company has still room to grow. And like I was saying, guys, just have 2.6 shares and some change in this. But like I'm saying, guys, use the Google tools or any AI tool that you guys have on hand. It comes in really clutch. So like what we looking at, Microsoft, right? So if you don't know anything about stocks or anything, right? Like I was saying earlier, invest time learning about it, right? All these analysts are saying 680, bro. We're currently at 397, right? The lowest already, right? Look, the lowest already. So guys, I wanted to quickly come on here today and tell you guys what we're doing, why we're doing it, why I'm spending, where my money is going, besides then, drinking, which I stopped drinking, or going out and partying, and which, I'm literally need to reach my goals, right? From a financial point of view. I want to build wealth. I want to be able to be in a position where I can help people who are unfortunate and more. I want to do more in this world. I'm really ambitious, so I want to basically better. I want to do these things better. I want to level up. I don't want to take longer to do this. I want to do it for myself, for my family, for those unfortunate people out there who can't, but they really want to do it. So I want to basically be there for them. And I just feel like that's my purpose. That's my reason that God has also put me in this world, right? My name literally means loved by God or something. Someone once told me this. I actually never Googled it. So, or loved by God or something. But it's derived from Jeremiah, right? My name, Jeremy. So, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I want to do more. I want to help more. I want to share more knowledge. I want to learn more. So if I'm learning, I want to give back as well, right? So if I can earn more, I can give back as well. And this is what I'm trying to say, right? We live in a point of this world where we're always like consuming more, like whether it's data or shopping or goods, we don't need so much. Like literally, I was speaking to my brother the other day, and I was like, "Yo, like I have so many shoes, I hardly wear them, right?" And I'm like, you know what? This year, I want to reduce because obviously I like shoes, and but I think at this point, this year I've just bought one pair so far, and it's not a great thing. I haven't even worn it yet. It's in the box still, right? The Nike Palace one, the Air Max. I haven't even worn it. The point what I'm trying to say, like if I could go back a year or 2 years, bro, I was like copying pairs like non-stop, and I'm like, nah, bro, I wish I bought more Nike stock, or I wish I bought this. And this year when we moved to South Florida, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna focus where if I'm buying materialistic things, if I'm buying objects, computer tech, whatever, I want it to be in a place where I can make money on these things in the future, or I invest more if I'm stop reducing those things. So I basically stop buying as much as, and I, focus on my family, my financial goals, my health, right? And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Like I said, we started this. Like if you look at a week ago, $209 in this baby portfolio. 1 month ago, we're down $100, right? Let's look at year to date. So year to date, we're still down $154, but bro, very soon it will be up $150 or blah. So if you look at a percentage, that's only not even 2%, right? Not even 2% down. What's 1 year looking at? 1 year is not even 10%. Now, if you see this negative, and this is why I like to show you guys, Root, I'm fully transparent. I'm not here to brag or anything. It's in red. Why? Because this account previously in Robinhood just had crypto, and I was just showing people how crypto was back in the day. I'm talking about last year. I sold all the crypto and started investing that money into this stocks, right? And why I did that? Because I fully believe more in stocks, because I've been longer in stocks since 2015. I've been in the crypto market only since 2019 when Bitcoin was like 10,000 one coin, right? All my crypto sits in Coinbase. We just have and why I call this a baby account, guys, because we have baby things in it. Like, we have only $81 of Bitcoin over here, but it's just to show you guys, like, this is a learning portfolio, that whatever we invested is already 8.18% up, right? So you do the maths. If you want to put more, this is. So I'm just sharing how we're getting these greens, right? How we're getting the reds. Let's look at all the reds together. So you guys, all, before we get off, right? So obviously these are not the ones I'm in. The ones I'm in is starts from here, right? So that's a red, green, 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 20% down, 11, blah, blah, 20% down. Now, these are the reds, right? And if you go up, so we got like, and you can obviously watch this video back if you want to see how much I'm down, but look, right? 31% up. This is ELF, bro. Like, I don't buy anything from ELF, but I'm sure there's something in my household that the wife is bought or whatever. This has made 31%, so $134 right there in the baby account, right? So you can see like the greens and reds that I'm showing. You can slow this video down if you need to. They obviously overcome, and like I said, this portfolio had, Robinhood was just sitting with crypto back in the day. Right now, obviously, I'm running these plays as well, these new sectors, till the end of this year. I might do a consolidation. I might move all this into more secured goods, obviously, because these stocks are so volatile right now. It can go. The tech sector is really tricky. Sometimes it might just, today it'll be 20% down, and then tomorrow is like up, right? So, but if you invest in good companies, do your due diligence, right? Your DDs, you can make money in this market. Just know what you're doing, right? Or follow people, or ask people questions if you can, or ask things like Google, right there. All right, guys, I just want to leave you with that right now. Today was about like my thumbnail says, if you have money to shop, bro, you have money to invest, right? Compound the stuff. You have time, make it happen, own it. Peace, one love. I'm out.